I set out just after 10 a.m. on my BMW R1100, the engine settling into that familiar, confident rhythm. The air was cool, carrying that damp, earthy scent you only get in the mountains. Perfect riding weather, refreshing. There's a certain kind of road that doesn't just take you somewhere, it becomes the reason you ride. For me, that road is what many have come to call the Copperhead Loop, a twisting, coiling stretch of asphalt that winds through the heart of western North Carolina along NC 276, NC 215, and NC 64. This route forms a nearly 80-mile loop, a triangle of pure motorcycle bliss that connects Brevard, Woodrow, and Rosman together, providing riders with ample places to eat, sleep, shop, and enjoy all this amazing area has to offer. I decided to begin this loop in Brevard, northbound on 276. The route starts gently, easing you in with sweeping curves that feel like a handshake, welcoming, but with a hint of what's to come. The road snakes along rushing water, the sound of it muffled by the wind and the steady hum of the engine running at peak efficiency. I roll on the throttle and accelerate through the first few curves, just warming up. One of the first highlights, Looking Glass Falls. Even from the saddle, it demands your attention. But exercise caution through here. Tourists are usually abundant and can pop out between cars. The water cascading down smooth rock, framed by dense green forest. It's the kind of place that makes you want to stop. But not today. The Copperhead is calling. Back on the throttle, the curves tighten. 2 fingers of each hand rest on both the clutch and the front brake levers. This is where the road starts to live up to its name. Coiling, unpredictable, striking left, then right. The R1100 feels planted, steady through each lean, the weight shifting smoothly as I carve through the bends. As the elevation increases, the forest thickens, light flickering through the trees like a strobe, and the temperature drops just enough to remind you that you're gaining altitude. The road narrows, the corners sharpen. This isn't a place for distractions. It demands focus, precision, and respect. The road descends gently, almost politely, as if it knows better than to rush you. Gliding along the Copperhead, speed feels out of place anyway. The world here unfolds in layers, not miles per hour. As you round a bend, the mountains begin to reveal themselves. First, one ridge, then another behind it, then another fading into a soft blue haze. The farther your eyes travel, the harder it is to maintain focus on the road. There is no single focal point, no tallest summit demanding your attention. Instead, it's the immensity that captures you, the sense that the land keeps going long after your vision gives up trying to follow it. Driving on, the road curves like a ribbon draped across the mountainside. You pass strands of oak and rhododendron. Every so often, the trees part again, offering another sweeping vista. Each one slightly different, each one somehow just as breathtaking. There's a rhythm at this point of the journey. Curve, climb, descend, overlook, silence. No billboards, no rush of interstate traffic, just the quiet companionship of the road and the ever-present horizon of the mountains. These mountains remain behind you, layered and endless, but somehow they come with you too, etched quietly forever into your memory. When you finally reach Woodrow, stop into the Jukebox Junction restaurant and soda shop. The food is amazing, portions impressive, and certainly affordable. A great place to consider if you find yourself passing through around lunchtime. Service is always top-notch, and the atmosphere is worth the stop. Then comes the transition to NC 215. If 276 was the warm-up, 215 is the main event. This is where the Copperhead bears its fangs. Tight switchbacks, sudden elevation changes, and corners that seem to fold back on themselves. It's technical, rhythmic, almost hypnotic. Every turn feels earned. Every straightaway is just long enough to breathe and regain feeling in your fingers just before the next challenge. My BMW thrives here. Stable, predictable, a perfect partner for a road that doesn't forgive mistakes. Crossing the Blue Ridge Parkway feels like a milestone. You're crossing the spine of the mountains now. The air is thinner, cooler, and cleaner. It's a moment to take it all in, the endless layers of ridgelines stretching into the distance. But use caution up here. The weather can change in an instant. One minute you have light rain, and the next minute it could be torrential downpours. But the ride isn't over yet. The descent on the other side is just as thrilling. Gravity joins the ride, and the corners come quicker and sharper. Engine braking, smooth inputs, this is where experience matters. The Copperhead doesn't let up until the very end. As the road begins to unwind, the intensity fades just enough to let you reflect. The ride wasn't just about the destination, it was about every curve, every elevation change, and every moment of connection between rider, machine, and road. The Copperhead isn't the longest route, it's not the fastest, but to me it's one of the most alive. A road that challenges you, rewards you, and produces memories that will stay with you long after the engine shut off. And on a sport touring bike like the R1100, steady, capable, timeless, this road is the kind of ride it was built for. If you ever decide to accept this challenge, remember, focus on the road, respect the curves, and you'll survive the bite of the Copperhead. Thanks for watching. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you out there in America on two wheels.